1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Testing. What is up, guys? How's it going? Hello to you, Jacob. The early bird of the stream. Alright, let me see if I get everything set up without too much trouble. I'm gonna go into a bit of a story time before we begin, since everyone's here early. Yes, that is Zelda you should be hearing. And I believe you should be seeing it as well, if it's configured correctly. Which there's always a chance that it's not, but unless things have gone horribly wrong, it should be. Yeah, it looks live to me. Let's see here. How's everything looking on the stream? Stream health looks green for now. We all know how temperamental that can be. And how's it going, Ayumi, by the way? Oh, Jacob, by the way, how are you feeling lately? Doing good? Oh, I accidentally minimized my windows here. Huh. I don't know why, but I don't really like that feature of Windows 10 where if you kind of like move a window around too much, it minimizes all the other windows. That gets very annoying. There's probably a way to disable it, but I don't know how offhand. Let's see if I can get that back. There we go. Now we have it back. Feeling a little bit better? Okay. Alright, that's good. That's good indeed. Let me close this crap. Yeah, I don't want you making noise later, just in case. I should probably share this to find people in Discord. Because I never know how YouTube notifications work anymore. Half the times people say they don't get them. But then other people clearly do get them, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Alright, there we go. It has been officially announced. Oh, and I guess you guys could read the text while you're waiting for me to get started, so you know the backstory of this game. I already read this probably sometime in the past. Still doing the Breath of the Wild Master Mode reset if you die. Yeah, that sounds really tough. I don't think I would ever do anything like that. That just is... sounds like torture to me. I'm gonna get myself a drink before I get started. So that'll just be like a minute or two, and I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. That'll keep me sated while I play this game, hopefully. Yeah, I should have OBS open as well, just in case anything goes wrong. I'll tell you what, I have 3 monitors now set up so I can properly look at everything while I'm streaming. So I have the game in one and the chat is next to it, thankfully, because it's not a widescreen game. Then I have one window for OBS open in Discord, Then I have another window for the YouTube to be opened up in case anything looks wrong on that end. It's crazy. Hey, Frog, how's it going? Thought you could get away with streaming without me again? Hey, that's why I announced it on Discord. I know you check that place probably the most. So I figured I'd pop in a little detail there for it. We need some Zelda 2 facts. I don't know if you know any. Yeah, 273 hours, that... To me, that doesn't sound like fun at that point. That just sounds like a grueling task. Yeah, this game... Well, I'm gonna wait until I begin there. I guess I could just restart it now. Now that Frog's here, the party started, so I'm gonna start the recording officially, and I'll do the intro. Hey everyone, how's it going? I am playing Zelda 2. Unfortunately, we're just at the end of the intro there when I've hit record, so you catch the tail end of it, but it doesn't really matter too much. So, you may know that I played Zelda 1 about a week ago. I'm playing Zelda 2 now. If you watched my Zelda 1 stream, you probably know that at a few points I talked about how it really isn't my favorite Zelda game. Well, Zelda 2, if anything, is probably even worse than that. And the reason why is because I'm completely awful at it. Zelda 2 is much different than the other Zelda games. Obviously, from the numbering, you can probably tell it's the second Zelda game that was released. I think it was only maybe a year or two after the original Zelda, so it wasn't too long after, but for whatever reason, Nintendo decided to make pretty much a completely different game from the original Zelda. Now, why they did that, I'm not really too sure. Maybe it's because they haven't really established the idea of the series at that point yet. I'll just let the intro play itself out one more time so you guys can read it up. Really, it's the typical Zelda story, so nothing too new, but the gameplay itself, well, that was another story altogether. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, 87, so I think that is a year. Oh, by the way, if anyone wants to name our link, we could create a new file. That file had nothing on it, but we'll create a new one with a new name, since people love naming Zelda, or Link. Yeah, we're playing Zelda, of course. In fact, in this game, I don't think naming him Zelda does anything, if you were to do that. In the first game, it opens up the second quest, but I don't think there is a second quest in this game. Lincoln? It's an interesting spelling of Lincoln, or we can name him Lincoln, as in Lincoln Park. Daddy Sassy? Actually, I don't think the names will fit. Because, let me see. Just do... Oh. This is a problem with these old games, that they don't really... The controls are weird. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can do 8 characters. So we're a bit limited with what we can name them. Hey Elizabeth, how's it going? You just name L. Does it erase? Oh, I don't know if I can erase it now. Oh, that's the wrong... How do I get... There we go. That's how you get rid of it. So let's see, where are the suggestions? Lincoln, Daddy Sassy won't fit. Dark? Daddy Sass. That might fit, yeah. You can do more than 4. It's 8, it looks like. What's up, Team Master Sen? Yeah, there's spaces next to the 9. I thought these ones in the middle would be blank spaces, but they're not. I'm trying to think if I could... Oh yeah, you know what? I have a story to tell about my eye as well. I was gonna get into this as well. I guess I could do it before I name my character. So, I told you people on Discord anyway that I had like an allergic reaction to the food that I feed my frog. Now, you may have remembered the other day, I at least told Frog that I was feeding my frog bloodworms. And it had been like a thing where like whenever I feed my frogs bloodworms, it kind of makes my hand, or like my fingers I'm using to feed them with, get a bit itchy. And I don't really think much of it. But anyway, I guess I must be allergic to it, because last night my eye got all swollen. And I'm like, what the hell? So I was curious, I googled it, and yeah, apparently you can get a bad allergic reaction to bloodworms. So that is something I learned, and I guess I will not be feeding them bloodworms anymore. At least not personally. Yeah, it sucked, because my eye was swollen for like most of the day. I was gonna do like a stream earlier in the day, actually, but then I was like, no. My eye's like practically swollen closed. It's not good. Not good at all. And hello to Maddie and Justin as well for joining us. All right, what are we gonna name him? Use working gloves or something? I don't know if working gloves would be good. I do have like little plastic gloves I could use, like kind of like doctor's gloves. Not really doctor's gloves, but whatever you call them. They're like latex or whatever the hell. I don't know what it's actually made of. That's just my guess. First Windows, now worms are fighting to prevent streams. Yeah. Well, did I tell you about my other computer? After I restarted it and I got, you know, the new updated Windows installed, then it said there's like a problem with one of the drivers. So I'm like, oh, that's great. I haven't booted it up since then, so I don't know how it's going to be. Should we name our character Manboy? We could. All right, what's the popular consensus here? What's the popular vote for our character's name? We had a couple different suggestions, but let me see here. So what's in the running? We have Manboy. People call me Mask for some reason. That's an interesting name. Do you wear masks a lot or something? I kind of like Daddy Sass, and I think that might fit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Daddy Sass might fit. And Ayumi was actually one of the first people to make a suggestion, I believe, in the beginning. Manboy XL. Is Manboy now the popular suggestion? I'll let you guys sort it out. Talk it out amongst yourselves. Manboy, Sassboy, or what was it? It wasn't Sassboy. Daddy Sass? I don't remember what it was. We have 8 characters to work with. 8 is the total. YouTuber's PR department. So I guess we would name it. Let's see. Oh, I did it wrong already. We would name it this then. If you're going with Frog's suggestion. That would be YouTube's PR department there. If we were to name it that. Oh, I forgot how to erase it. Let's see. Mask because I don't... Oh, I see. So you wear a mask. Do you do like YouTube videos yourself? And you wear a mask during it? That's kind of a clever idea, actually. I would see why people would give you that nickname. What? There's nothing written there. What are you talking about, Maddie? It's completely appropriate. I might go with the Daddy Sass, only because it's also related to the other video we did. We had such a long-running record, we totally never slipped up in any of the streams we had done before. It was totally 100% PG. Well, I actually said it before, it doesn't really matter, because these are Nintendo videos anyway, they get copyright claimed by Nintendo. So even if I was to be 100% PG and not get demonetized, I don't even get whatever ad revenue is owed anyway, because it all goes to Nintendo. There we go, Daddy Sass. That way it has some bearings to our past lives and playthroughs of other games which are completely unrelated to this. So there we have it. Now if you remember from the intro, which no one probably read, Princess Zelda's asleep, and we can't just wake her up with a kiss. We actually have to go on a long journey where we'll probably get killed 100 times because, for whatever reason, this Zelda game is 100 times harder than pretty much every other one. So, yeah, for those of you who have never seen this game, you're probably saying, what on earth is this? This is not Zelda. And no, this is pretty much the only game that is like this. Again, I'm not really sure why they made it this way, but yeah, the second Zelda game is actually a side-scrolling kind of action. I don't know. I guess just a side-scrolling action game. I was trying to think of a neat little combo term for it, but it's just action, I suppose. Oh, there are RPG elements, so an action RPG, because if you look at the top, you actually notice it says Magic level 1, there's Sword level 1, Life level 1, and there's actually an experience bar at the top. So, yeah, it's actually kind of combined with more RPG-ish games like Final Fantasy and whatnot. This room is completely dark, and there are enemies. The only reason I know them there is because I actually played a little bit of the game. I think something dropped, like an item, but I can't see it. Oh well, doesn't matter too much. The only reason is because I played a little bit of this right before. And if you look really carefully, you can kind of see the enemies' outlines a little bit in the dark, but it's almost impossible to see. So, there's actually a reason why I'm not going to be leveling up. This will become clear later, but for now, I'm not actually doing any level ups. Yeah, that's kind of what I said a little bit in the very beginning, before I started recording. It wasn't really an established series at the time, so I guess they decided, hey, we could do whatever we want. So they made a completely different game from the first Zelda. And it's a game that still has kind of mixed reactions to this day. Personally, I don't really mind the fact that it's a side-scroller. I do kind of mind more the fact that it's ridiculously hard in some parts. Which I'm gonna try to circumvent by being a bit cheap and grinding a bit in some places. But this is actually another game for the NES, because there were a few that I never actually beat when I was playing it as a child. Because this game can be a challenge if you're not really used to it. And if you don't know what you're doing, which at the time when I was a kid, I didn't really have the internet or like a guide to tell me how to beat it. So it was really a struggle for a young child try. Alright, let's visit the town, talk to the people a little bit, so we can get a bit of the story. I won't try to rush it too much this time. Actually, let me read the chat a little bit. What's going on? Is this a DLC to Breath of the Wild? Not quite. It is, like Breath of the Wild, it's one of the black sheep of the Zelda franchise, in that it's kind of a bit different from the other Zelda games, which are fairly similar besides it. Honestly, play a remake of Zelda 2 or a Zelda game that takes inspiration from it, it wouldn't be the worst thing. There's some houses you have to go in, but I'm pretty sure it's not every house. Most of these houses are going to be wasting our time in, probably. If all else fails, use fire. Yeah, you do get magic spells to use, like fire, but it's not really useful because I don't think you get fire until much later in the game. Oh, over here we have, I believe this is a prostitute. Yeah, so she invites us into her home. Please come inside, she says. And she can make all our worries go away for a while. And yeah, Link steps out of his house a few minutes later and he's fully restored to complete health. Just like in all those Grand Theft Auto games. Only the hammer can open up rocks and that kind of stuff. Okay. Most of these characters talk very slowly. You can't even rush their conversation, otherwise it just exits out completely. Talk to my father before you leave town. Okay, this is something useful. We're gonna get some kind of magic spell here. And I believe it's the magic spell that lets you bolster your defenses? I think that's the first one you learn. Warning, Animal Crossing bees? No bees, what are we talking about bees for? Though I will say, I mentioned it, I forget, I mentioned it after I started recording. Well, anyway, I was talking about how I had an allergic reaction to like the food I was feeding my frogs, and it made my eye all swollen, so I looked like I got stung by bees. Now, if you've ever seen, I forget the name of the show, but the show with Bear Grylls, there's like one episode where he gets stung by a bunch of bees and his face gets completely swollen up, and luckily I didn't look like that, but my eye kind of was like swollen up like that, which sucked. Now, there's a couple of different places we can go, but there's pretty much nothing we could really do until we go to, the first dungeon. Now, that guy that's big in the overworld that kind of looks like Ganon, that usually indicates it's going to be like a more difficult type of enemy to defeat. And, oh my god. As you can see, well, actually, you can defend against them, so I didn't need to struggle that much. Actually, since I took that much damage, I'm going to go back to... Well, actually, I could have gotten that fairy and recovered my health too, but I'm going to go back to the prostitute in town. And she's going to give Link a quickie, and we'll get out of here. Let's do that real quick. Link's favorite female in the entire town, of course. There actually is an old lady you can go to too, but she recovers her magic. Oh, not one of these again. Oh. They're actually not too tough if you get close to them. There we go. You never thought you'd hear me say a quickie? Why not? That's something I'd always imagined being brought up in a Zelda game. Well, especially this one. This is the Zelda game that comes into play, at least. Not necessarily other Zelda games, though. Yeah, you know what's funny? I've never been stung by a bee. And kind of as a result of that, I've always kind of been worried if I was stung by a bee, like if I would have an allergic reaction or whatever, because I just don't know. Like, some people have really bad reactions to that. And the only way you really know is if you've been stung, I guess. Or if you've been tested for it, I guess. But, oh, I hate these bubbles. They actually give you slight damage if you hit into them. So it is a good idea to avoid them if you can. Oh, we almost missed it. I would fight this guy first because if you kill him and then grab the heart, you get all your health back. So that means even if he hits you, you'll still be at full health after that stun. And kind of like in the first Zelda game, when you get hearts, it just increases your health. There's no like partial hearts in this game. How long will I be streaming this for? It'll probably be for like an hour or two. Maybe an hour and a half. That would be like the rough estimate. But it depends on how well I'm doing and how tired I get later, I suppose. It's always a bit of a unknown how long I'm going to be doing this for. Luckily, these levels here where you fight enemies aren't really... Well, there's not even enemies to fight, but it's basically just a rush to get away from the fireballs. Hey, Demon Shan, what is up? This is your kind of Zelda? Is this one of your favorites? There's some people that really like these games. I mean, like, this game in particular out of the Zelda series. I do kind of dig it because it's something different. But like I said, it's more of the difficulty that was just a pain. Like, honestly, I think I'd rather play Dark Souls in some parts of this game. Now, there are certain ways to go in the dungeons, but of course you don't really know that until you've been that way. Also, these enemies here, for whatever reason, if you hit into them, they'll actually decrease the experience you have. Which sucks, because all your hard work goes for nothing, pretty much. That guy gets a lot of XP. Yeah, just be careful that he doesn't hit you. The original Dark Souls, yeah. But I really do say that at some points this can be worse than Dark Souls. Although, to be fair, I've never really played all of Dark Souls, so that could be wildly inaccurate. See what I mean? That actually decreases your XP, and that's so freaking annoying. That's why I absolutely hate these enemies. You don't get anything for beating them. It's just a kick in the nuts. Terrible choice for the game designers to just torture you. And of course, we couldn't come this way without that key. Those are bubbles. I actually looked up the name to that. That way people couldn't make fun of me for not knowing the names for all the enemies. Although, I have no idea what the fuck these things are. They look like kangaroos. They're always just jumping at you. It was so hard you had to return it. That's pretty sad that the game was so difficult you had to return it. That's why it's nice, and back in the day you had like stores like Blockbuster, where you could try out a game and see if it was any good or if it's too hard for you or whatever. There we go. So now we actually got 200 XP. I'm going to choose to level up because we pretty much have to. And we're going to get a sword ability. It'll help us kill enemies quicker. Which is always a nice thing to do. I think there might be like one Blockbuster in the country still open somewhere. I think I actually read about that. But obviously it's not owned by like the same franchise anymore. It's like privately owned, or I don't even know. That might be a total lie. That was like relevant at least like a few years ago. Yeah, in Alaska. I knew it was somewhere like remote like that. That's right. Alright, we don't want the ferry. Wait, we might want the ferry. Hold on, let me think about this. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna take it. Come here. The hell? There we go. So I was gonna go into a little bit of a story time about this game, since I tend to do that with most games. As I was saying during the Zelda 1 stream, I pretty much got this game, the original Zelda, and A Link to the Past all at the same time when I was a kid. So I played them all pretty much together, and out of those, like I said last time, my favorite was A Link to the Past. That's the game I played the most. And this game, it was so different from those other games, so I was really unsure how to feel about it. And plus, because of the added difficulty, I didn't really play it too much. A number of years later, like, I want to say it was... I think maybe it was like 2003, 2004 or so. They came out with like a collection, a remaster. Not a remaster, but like, they came out with like the whole Zelda franchise, like up to that point on the GameCube. Or at least had like the first couple of games. And then I played it again, and I don't think I even beat it even then. If I'm being honest. Because I think I got tired of it after a while. But I definitely got further than I did when I was a child, but I want to say I got to like, maybe the second to last temple and I just gave up. Because it just wasn't like the same type of game I wanted to play at that point. The only Zelda I finished is Ocarina of Time on the emulator. That's interesting. Because Ocarina of Time, I mean, obviously that's one of the most popular games, but I'm surprised that like you only played it on the emulator. Although I guess if you're younger, maybe that's probably the easiest way to get your hands on it if you never had the original NES. Or, not the original NES, but the N64, I mean to say. Now these bubbles you could actually kill if you're close to them, and actually they are kind of easy. Oh, this guy's gonna come and be a dick though. Let's see if I can... Yeah, I could take him out, but now I let the bubble go, and I took damage. Because he was heading towards me. Oh, what an asshole. Get back here. You almost have this guy killed, so I want to finish him off. Let's try to predict where he's going to go. There we go. You actually hate Ocarina of Time. I found it to be really boring after the Deku Tree. Honestly, I would say it's very boring up until the Deku Tree, because it's like all story. Just like hit you with like 30 minutes of narration before the game begins. After the Deku Tree is where I thought it got better. Because then at least you have the ability to explore around and play the game without Navi telling you what the... Oh, it came back. Alright. Well, whatever. There actually is an enemy like that I want to fight. Well, it's the same enemy, but it's in a different room. Actually, at this point, we're going to be grinding for a while, so if you guys want to get into some stories, now's the time to share them. Because this is going to be, like, boring for, like, 10 minutes or so. So what I want to do is grind up some levels for, like, a little bit here. Because it'll make the later game a lot easier. I will say, Ocarina of Time, it's a lot of people's favorite. It's not my favorite Zelda game. My favorite Zelda game actually is... I don't have a favorite, but there's a couple of Zelda games I really like. There's, like, tiers of Zelda games. And I actually like Majora's Mask better than Ocarina of Time for the most part. Majora's Mask is another one of the black sheep of the Zelda series. There's like 3 of them at this point. But I really like the way the story was set up. How you had those 3 days to explore the town and kind of follow the townspeople around. It's like the Groundhog's Day of video games. Because Link just keeps going back on time and trying to fix their lives. It's pretty cool. You thought the Deku Tree was the perfect mix of puzzles and combat. The funny thing is, whenever I play a Zelda game, a lot of times I don't do the combat. I usually try to like skip it when I can. I actually go around enemies and that kind of stuff. Which is why I wasn't really tuned into Breath of the Wild, because most times I just go around the enemies, so I don't even fight them to begin with. You just watched Groundhog Day for the first time 2 hours ago. That's pretty funny. I watched Groundhog Day, well, like 2 weeks ago, whenever Groundhog's Day was. But definitely wasn't my first time. I've seen that since I was a little kid. It's one of those classics. I'm not sure how it is now if you were to watch it as an adult. For the first time, that might be kind of funny. It's a surprisingly interesting movie. Because with the concept, you'd think it'd just be completely ridiculous. Well, that's what you expect with Bill Murray. Well, although Bill Murray has had some more serious roles, it tended to be like later in his career. That was still like the early 90s. And that one actually had more of a serious tone to it during certain points. I think it was because of Bill Murray. He wanted to be in a more serious movie. Like, I think it was actually his influence that made it more serious than it was. And I think it was up to him, it would be even darker. I think he wanted them to have like an ending where he never got out. But they didn't want it to be that dark for like a... Because it was basically like a family movie that people were meant to see. And it's funny because like a family movie back then, like if you actually watch the movie, it has some like pretty suggestive stuff in it. Like these days, people be like, oh no, you couldn't have that in a PG movie or whatever. Then they forced in the new Ghostbusters. Yeah, oh shit. Yeah, I read about that. I should probably put up my shield so I take less damage. These monsters drain your MP anyway, so it's just gonna be wasted if I keep getting hit. I read that like Sony basically were suing him into appearing in it. And if you watch it, it was very clear he didn't want to be in it. Which, before anyone gets the wrong idea, I actually didn't see the new Ghostbusters movie like in theaters. And I didn't pay for it either, so I'll leave it at that. There was no way I was paying any money for that mess. That was just ridiculous. These things take forever to die, but they actually give you a pretty good amount of experience points. So, because I got distracted talking about like Bill Murray and other stuff, I'll finish up the story about Zelda real quick. So, yeah, I didn't play the Zelda game too much out of like those first 3 games I played when I was young. And I never actually finished it when I was an adult either, or when I got older anyway, because like I wasn't an adult fully when I played this game in the early 2000s either, but... Either way, I never beat this game. I'm not sure I'll even beat it while doing this stream. It's certainly not going to be the first stream, probably be like 2 or 3 streams to play this whole game. Because I think this one is a bit longer than the others. And for all I know, the last dungeon, I know the last dungeon is like particularly a pain in the ass. Now that I did that, I might try to... let me take care of this guy. So you don't want to get too far, because there's going to be one that's really speedy who comes up and tries to kill you. But if we keep going to the left, we should get the item of this temple. And I briefly alluded to the fact that I had tiers of the Zelda games. If I was trying to rank them up, A Link to the Past and Majora's Mask would probably be at the top, along with Wind Waker and I would say Twilight Princess. Those are easily... Should I keep going for another? I think I should try to go for it, because it's only 1,000. That's actually not too much. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this one's a huge pain. There we go, we got it stuck though. Once it's stuck, as long as you're careful, you should be able to kill it. You were the... Ayumi, how could you? That is so rude. I played an hour or 2 of Skyward Sword, and I could never get into it. And one of the reasons why I couldn't get into it is because when Skyward Sword came out, it was like the same time Skyrim came out. And I was much more interested in playing Skyrim than Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword was just boring to me. The intro was so slow. There was like so much backstory to it, and I was just not interested in listening to... Oh, god damn it. Well, yeah, I don't have to bother with that one. One sky cold more than the other, I guess so. It's pretty accurate to say. What do I think about Breath of the Wild? I was hoping I could wait a little while before talking about Breath of the Wild, slowly going through the Zelda games, but why not? So, if you've seen some of my streams over the last few weeks, I guess, I've talked about it. Oh, I knew they were gonna... These enemies are ridiculous. They love to do that to you. I'm probably gonna die here, because I think there's more enemies. Should probably put up the shield. Oh, I don't have enough money. Oh, I don't have enough mana for the shields, or magic, or whatever. Which means this guy's gonna kill me. Now, the deaths don't actually matter too much in the beginning. Well, there we go. And the reason why is because you do get a game over, but the game over only really counts against you in terms of experience. If you have experience left over, then it'll be reset to 0. Otherwise, game overs don't really do too much other than to put you back at the beginning palace, where you find Zelda for the first time. So, yeah, Breath of the Wild. I'll talk... Ooh, that's nice. Oh, alright, there's actually an easy way to beat these guys. I keep getting distracted, but I'll get to that in a second. If you jump up and hit them, you can kind of get a guaranteed shot on them. And I have to, oh crap. Well, I'm still not the greatest at this, but basically I saw that strategy from watching Mike Matei play this game. Because I think he streamed this like a few years back. Oh god, I thought we weren't gonna have enough keys for that at first, but luckily we did. I'm like, did we not get the right key to open this? But we're good. Okay. I didn't have money to raise my shield. Luckily, wait, actually, no, there's no money in this game. That's another weird thing about this that sets it apart from other Zelda games. There's really no money involved. What's the thing that's 6? We have 1 life, we have 1 key, and 6. Yeah, it's not money, because I don't think you use money in this game. I'm not sure what that is. 6 of something. Alright, so yeah, I can't hoard keys. That is something I cannot do. If someone knows what that 6 is, you could feel free to tell me, because I actually don't remember. I actually have no idea. Anyway. Those are, oh, it's how many crystals you have to collect still. Okay, so we have to collect 6 in all. And, I'm assuming it's how many we have left, since we haven't gotten 1 yet. At least that would make sense. Now I have to be really careful, because I don't want to die. I want to get my experience leveled up all the way first. I'm gonna put up the shield and kill this guy. Breath of the Wild, I wasn't a huge fan of. And, oh my god, no, no, no. Well, at least I stopped it. I keep on getting distracted. The reason why I wasn't a huge fan of Breath of the Wild was because... It's a long story, but I like the way it has like a huge open world style. But I felt they didn't really do enough with the story in that game. And Zelda games don't necessarily have to have a huge story by any means, but I didn't like the fact that everything in the game basically boiled down to you're doing all this to get a shrine sprite, or not shrine sprite, I'm like mixing that with like fucking Mario Sunshine, a shrine spirit or whatever. Because like, oh, you go here and you travel this location and oh, it's a shrine and you have to do this puzzle to get a shrine spirit, or whatever you call it. And that just felt stupid to me. I'm like, there should be more stuff you have to do in this game that doesn't revolve around these stupid shrine spirits. It just got tiresome. Like, it should be actually some unique story elements to why you're going to certain places. So everything basically boiled down in that game to travel around and explore to find more of these shrine orbs and eventually get powerful enough to beat the game, even though you could potentially do that in the very beginning if you wanted to. Like, it's cool because you could find the Master Sword eventually, and I like that you get the Master Sword because that's like a story element to the game, but I feel like afterwards maybe you should travel to some like temples or locations to power up the Master Sword like you kind of do in, was it Wind Waker or Twilight Princess, because that was like an element to that game. Complaints about too much story, says games doesn't have enough story. What game did they say had too much story? I usually like games with a lot of story, so I'm not sure where you got that from. Oh, maybe you meant I was complaining about Ocarina of Time because it had like this long narration in the beginning. Yeah, that I didn't like because it's like 30 minutes before you could actually play the game. And it's all just listening to the freaking Deku Tree talk with Navi. Like, I didn't like that because it takes so long, but I like stories in games. I like when your character has a reason to be doing the things he's doing. But I don't like dragged out sequences in games like that. So, I mean, I guess you could kind of use a contradiction, but at least in my mind it makes sense. I don't like when... it's more like a pacing issue in the game. I feel like when you begin a game, you shouldn't have to wait too long till you play the game. But then as you play the game, you should pick up on the story. If that makes any sense to you guys. Like, unless you're Metal Gear, you really shouldn't have like 30 minutes or whatever of dialogue and nonsense before you really get into the game. In my mind, what game does that really well in the Zelda series? It's probably A Link to the Past, where you have like maybe 2 or 3 minutes where it's talking about Aghanim. Wow, I didn't know that would happen. Anyway, I want to get to 1,000. Oh my god, he's still up there. This is awkward. I'm just gonna spawn him off screen like that. Yeah, usually a little bit. Or at least they don't have like the... Oh shit, is he coming down? I don't know what that thing's doing. Yeah, usually it doesn't begin with too long of a cutscene in the beginning, except for Metal Gear Solid 4. Majora's Mask was also a good mix. You had like a pretty short intro. Then you got used to learning like the Deku Scrub mechanics, and then it pretty much jumps into the story where you're doing like the beginning stuff. You learn about the plot pretty quickly through doing the events at the beginning, which is more of like a oh crap, I'm gonna get killed here, I bet. Yep. Oh crap, get out of here. Okay, we got it off screen at least. Alright, now I'm getting nervous. Oh, I got you now, bitch. What I should probably do is try to get out of this temple right now and try to heal myself up. Because I forget if I have... Do I have 1 life left, or is it 1 life and I die? This game is kind of the typical Zelda story. Zelda's been put to sleep by Ganon, and it's Link's job to rescue her. Yeah, because if I get out of this temple, I think I can get some life. Because the fairy should respawn. And now the music gets all screwed up because the Nintendo system can only handle so many sounds at once. So that's why the soundtrack gets kind of different. Oh crap, son of a bitch. That's what happens over there, is that you get stuck because you have that guy in your way. Oh shit, well, never mind. Oh, we have 1 more left. Alright. So never mind, I could go back and try to kill these guys again. It's a typical Zelda story. I think after this, I should be able to go and do the rest of this temple. The only thing is I might want to try to get a game over on purpose after this, because it makes the boss a little bit easier. I should definitely do this first. Son of a bitch, it's going up there. Poor Daddy Sass, we're getting him killed. But yeah, Breath of the Wild, it's not even like the fact that there's not much of a story, because there is a story in the game. The problem that I also have with Breath of the Wild is that it's not really set in the correct time frame. Usually when you're writing a story, you want to have the action set, you know, where the story is. The story in Breath of the Wild is supposed to be, it's like all told in flashback, which I also don't like. Like, finally it's coming back down. Or he'll just, okay, I'm gonna wait for him. Because the whole story is told basically as this like flashback where you're seeing like Zelda and these champions and stuff. And the whole time I'm playing the game, I'm thinking, alright, so why aren't we like playing that instead of this part here? We're all just like collecting this like all these shrine spirits and doing all this crap. Like instead of having its story told in flashback, just have the story set in the past. That's what I would have done anyway. But I don't know, Nintendo does weird stuff like that, and it honestly kind of just irks me because I feel like Breath of the Wild could have been so freaking good. It already is like so good, like with like the gameplay, like the exploration, like the world they built is really cool. I really like that. I just wish it felt more real to me, if that makes any sense. Oh shit, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go back to Kingdom Come. I actually have to replay a little bit of that because I decided to start the game again because I wanted to see if I could figure out what was going on. And I was able to figure out the combat a little bit better playing it the second time around. So I might actually, I don't know if I should like upload like another intro to it, or if I should start the game from the beginning because it's actually really quick to do. I figured out what I was doing wrong, and part of it was me being, oh there we go, attack up. Part of it was me not really reading enough and figuring out what to do with the combats. Well, actually, it's not even reading. It was, I just had to like realize that I had to save my stamina more like it was a Dark Souls game. And really, if you save your stamina, you basically don't take any damage, kind of like in Dark Souls. You'd give Breath of the Wild an 8 out of 10. I don't know what I'd rate it. I don't really like doing rating systems. It's something I'm not really a huge fan of. Usually I'm like, oh, a game's either good or it's, you know, not, or it's like really good. I don't know, I have trouble like putting like a value to it because it just becomes like it's not very specific. And I'm sure there'd be like plenty of times I contradict myself. It was to be like, oh, this game's a 9 out of 10, but you said this game was an 8 out of 10, and you seem to like it more. And like, oh yeah, did it already come here? Yeah, I guess I did. All right, well, I'm forgetting what I'm doing now because I was like spending time grinding. I really like when games become open world. It's very peaceful to just have a bit of a break in period between the action. Well, yeah, I think games shouldn't be like constant action all the time either, but it doesn't have to necessarily be an open world game either to do that. And I think too many games have like just been like, oh yeah, open world, that's a popular thing, so we have to make our game just like that. And also, one of the excuses I hear some people give with Breath of the Wild is that, well, it's an open world game, so it couldn't have as much of a story because it's not linear. Then, you know, how do games like The Elder Scrolls and The Witcher do it? Because they still have very story-focused games, even though they're not necessarily, linear games at all. So I never really bought that excuse with the game. I think another problem with it was they introduced that climbing mechanic so you could go wherever you wanted, which it's cool when you're doing it because it's something new and different, but at the same time it kind of means, oh no, I have to be careful here. I'll only do the shield. No, I'm doing this for a specific reason. I'll become clear later. I need to get this guy out of there though, because right now he's behind the door, and I know they can go through the doors if you get them in their own space. What was I saying about Breath of the Wild? Well, alright, you know, I probably should stop talking about that, because I know there's a lot of people that are fans of that game. They're probably gonna get annoyed. So I'll probably just end the Breath of the Wild talk. One day I'll probably play Breath of the Wild, and then I'll talk about it then. Or I'm sure I'll have more Zelda games I play, and then I could always bring it up for like the 19th time. Alright. Alright, is that gonna be it? Oh shit, another one of these guys. Beyond Two Souls. I don't actually know what that game is. Alright. Oh no, you know what? Oh, this isn't good. So we're gonna have the boss, and I think we're gonna be pretty low on health. I'm kind of regretting this. This is gonna suck. Because we don't have very many lives. I think we have our last life, and if we die, we lose that experience. Well, we'll see. Oh god, this is why I hate this Zelda game. I suck at it so much. Alright. Because you have to like retreat right away. Yep, we're dead. And that's what the game over screen looks like. Well, the good thing is we got to do the level up beforehand, so we don't actually lose off too much because we got to the, whatever it was, level 3 or 4. Yeah, we weren't hitting at all. There's a little health bar in the side, so we got like 1 hit in. And it's actually not that bad of a fight, I just suck at the Zelda game. It's a major pain for me. These guys, you see, are like really easy to kill now because we leveled up the sword. Unfortunately, I kind of knew that was going to happen, but there really wasn't much we could do. The game over screen kills me. The thing that I always thought was funny about that game over screen was that it's like, you hear Ganondorf, or I guess it's just Ganon, he clucks like a chicken. At least that's what it sounds like to me. I don't know if it's like him calling you chicken, but I think it's just supposed to be a laugh, but it sounds like a chicken clucking. Or at least I always thought it sounded that way. Crap. What? How dare you, Demon Shannon, saying I suck at every game? That is not true. This game just is a piece of shit, in all honesty. I never really was a fan of it, and the controls are so awkward. Here, I'll block that. The problem with this game, and I think why I don't like it so much is that a lot of it's about waiting and being patient. And I usually don't like games where you have to wait too much, because I usually get a bit impatient. Like, what I should honestly do at this point is actually just grind up for like that next level up, because that's how much well, actually, it would be easier if I had leveled up my life in Magic, but I'm not leveling up for a specific reason. And that's because when you beat the boss, you get like an instant level up to the next level, which you'll get like a ton of experience points if you have it saved up to a certain amount. I suck at classic games. Well, classic games are like more difficult for sure. God damn it, I hate this guy so much. They're actually really easy if you have the leveled up or the like the powered up sword to hit, because you could like just blast them from a distance. No, die, you fuckers. Hate you guys so much. There, you can actually jump over them if you hit them once and then kind of like pause them in place. Ugh. Stupid fucking kangaroos. Alright, so I'm gonna try to explain once more what I'm trying to be doing here. So, you might notice you have that level up screen, and it's gonna show in just a second. I can try to explain what I'm doing, which it probably doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense right now, but hopefully it will if I ever beat this freaking boss. So we kill this guy, and we kill him. There we go, finally. So we get a level up at 50 for health we could do. Magic, it's level up at 100, and now the attack's at 200. If you beat a boss after you kind of leveled up Magic, well, I'm not going to level up any of these, but basically if we get our experience points up to 101, when we beat the boss, we'll instantly go up to 200, or 2000 I should say. So it only goes up to your next level up. So Magic would only go up to, like if you're to do it now and beat the boss, we'd only go up to 100. I'm terrible at explaining things, so I'm not even gonna bother. Hopefully someone kind of gets the gist of what I'm saying here. And hopefully I can kill this guy without dying. Actually, if I die, it's not too bad because you have a lot of health. Or, not health, but lives. Actually, I don't know why I'm down here, because I should be able to, get enough experience by just killing the guys that are on the path to the boss. Some games I like to call them crappy games. Which games are you talking about? Oh, I actually did hit him. I thought I wasn't going to. So I kind of like backed off like I wasn't. Whatever. I don't actually need that guy right now. Oh yeah, I can get the fairy at least. And notice now the music actually kicks back into full force. That actually really bothers me about the NES and like Super Nintendo. That the music gets crappy like that when too many sounds are playing. It's hardware limitations, but I always notice it and that always bugs me. Get over here. Thank you. Oh, a pea bag. So every now and then you find a bag of pea, and it gives you a bunch of experience points. Actually, this guy's gonna be a dick. And that's our chance. I kind of want to use the shield again, but I don't think I'll have enough magic to use it a second time. So I just have to kind of not suck too much. And of course he's absolutely ganking me. Why do I want to pee? I'm not peeing, I'm just using a pee bag. Or picking up pee bag. It's completely natural and healthy. Believe me, it's for Link's own benefit. I swear this looks a lot easier when other people do this. There we go. You really do have to time it out just right, though. It's not as easy as it looked to me. Well, whatever. The new Dark Souls expansion looks hard. You bastard. Well, I could jump out of the way if it's hit it for quick enough. There we go. Fuck you, you fucking horse. Kinda sucks is I'm actually not gonna get the... Now this is gonna make like 0 sense to people, but it makes sense in my head. I'm actually skipping this. And you can actually not activate that if you just jump over it. Because we're like halfway, or not halfway, but we're like a quarter of the way to like the next level anyway, so I don't want to get it just yet. It's all about micromanaging your experience points. Because it'll actually make it like 10 times easier for me when it all starts coming together. So now we have gotten through the first dungeon. I actually paused the game there, that's why it froze up like that. I was trying to see if you could see your health in the menu, but you can't. So I think I want to go to the next town first and then heal up, and then I have to go to a certain cave, and then we get a certain item to get a certain spell, which will let us go to the next cave and get to a certain area. I consider playing Xenoblade's Chronicles for stream? Probably not. It's a game which I know is like popular to some people, but I don't think I'd really get into another game series at this point, because I have so much other stuff I really need to play and finish off. And especially like a long series like that that I know nothing about, I could only imagine that would take me like months to get through. Xenogears is probably the same thing by the same logic. So let me get out of here. Oh, I think my controller's dying. Hold on, it's gonna be like a 3-minute break. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm kind of at the point where I have to resist the urge to accept too many requests for series, because there's just like so much I have to do. And there's so much that I want to do as well that I don't always talk about, but... And in addition to that, there's like old series I have to finish, which are great in number and probably length as well. Well, at least for like Danganronpa and Persona. That's like a huge, long game. So let's see here. This one shouldn't be too much trouble to get through. This cave, I mean. I say that and I get hit immediately, so I'm gonna shut up whenever I think about saying something's gonna be easy. Because we definitely don't want to get a game over. I think we still have... I think that's 1 extra life. Oh, yeah, I'll do this first. He's probably gonna be a dick. Ah, you bastard. I should just tank him. He'll die eventually. I shouldn't really complain too much about the game right now, because one of the reasons why it's being a pain in the ass to me in addition to me just being bad at the game in general, is that I haven't been leveling up my health and magic, and that does make it tougher. But I'm doing that with the goal of it getting easier for me as the game goes on, because I'll be able to level up my character really quickly once I get to a certain point. Let me visit you again real quick. Thank you very much for the extra blowjob, and Granny, you don't have to do anything besides just get the magic up. I don't think Link's really into that. Then again, who's to judge Link? There's someone, there we go, this lady in town here. You saved the trophy! Come see my uncle. Every lady in this town, well, not every lady in this town, but every lady that you see outside a house, she has an uncle. And her uncle just happens to be like a wizard. So make sure you listen to their requests, because you'll usually learn a magic spell. Somehow. You can jump very high. I'm not sure that's magic, but okay, if you say so. So whenever we want to jump really high, we have to cast the spell itself. We actually just don't jump high on our own. Like, it actually costs 48 magic, which is a fair bit. Now, is there someone else in this town I want to visit? I feel like there might be. Do not go south without a candle. We already have the candle, so chill out, lady. We got this. No men, so every girl is to the one elf boy. Hey AJ, how's it going, by the way? Glad you could make it. Now these guys, if you're careful, you shouldn't get hit. But you know me, I'm probably gonna get hit. And then, oh, this guy again? Alright. Now, I think I'm gonna have to fight him without shields, because I'm pretty sure we can't get past him. I mean, we have to get past him and then use jump. We can't get past, like, the cliff without using jump, so I have to say my magic. And that doesn't help. There we go. And we probably could have gotten away with it, because he actually left behind a, Oh wait, there is, oh, well, I was completely wrong then. I thought you had to use jump in here. If there are more enemies to fight, I'm probably gonna actually run away, because I'm gonna get killed here. And I don't want to lose 700 experience. This is gonna be fun. Oh hey, Elizabeth, did I say hello to you too, by the way? I think I forgot. I didn't know if you, slip into the chat earlier, I don't think. Yeah, fuck that. I'm not getting myself killed and losing light experience. Man, I'm missing whatever you guys are talking about. Was this? Oh, it's some kind of anime, I guess. What in the world? I just read like Demon Chan's message like a few places up, and I am thoroughly confused. That sounds like quite an interesting series. Alright, let's try this again, but not sucking at it. If possible. It's nice that, oh, you know what, I can actually do the shield now that I know I don't need it right away. That should help out a little bit at least. Oh my god. Alright, Frog, have a good night. I said hi when you joined? Okay, I couldn't remember. Because I think you were around earlier and then I had no idea if I had said hello or not. But it's always good to say hello twice. And hello to you, Genre Boy. Oh my fucking lord. I forgot to cast shield again. There we go. still probably gonna get ourselves killed, though. There's still more to this, yes. Do you want to come down, please? Oh, it's a Satan bat. Oh, shit. This might kill us, actually. Also, by the way, Genre Boy, what genre are you? Oh, Jesus. We're almost out of this, but I don't know if there's like a town to go to. I'm feeling very uncomfortable about leaving this place. I knew we were gonna die there. I remember that guy being a huge pain. Yeah, I should not press my luck in this place anymore. The problem is, I really should have just done the level up when I had the chance, and now I'm screwed. And I have 800 experience on the line. There should be a example of why you should not press your luck in certain things in life. Especially if you're not really good in the game in question. I mean, the only animes I've really seen have been like Dragon Ball and the Yu Yu Hakusho. And what, like Cowboy Bebop. Like kind of innocent stuff like that. Oh god, he dropped a fucking pee bag and I didn't. Oh, that sucks. That'd been like 100 experience at least. I'm actually gonna go back and just get the level up inside the palace like I should have done. Instead of getting greedy. Yeah, DBZ is good. In every genre, huh? These sand levels, I hate them so much, just a waste of time. Yu Yu Hakusho is a very fun show. It's very, it's like a very lighthearted show. It's like fun to watch. It's like a fun little adventure show. Alright, Demon Chan, good luck and wow. Make sure you have a good night too if you, don't drop by again. Oh, I have to say, I've never seen any more of that either. You know, after Dragon Ball itself, or not Dragon Ball itself, but after Dragon Ball Z. Oh, I did see GT as well. But that doesn't really count anymore, does it? It's like the extended, Star Wars universe just doesn't matter anymore. No Slayers. No, I've never seen Slayers. I've heard of it. I know it was like one of the influences behind the Orphan series, but I only saw like a few episodes of Orphan itself, but I never saw Slayers. GT is better than Dragon Ball Super. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I've never seen Super at all. Other than maybe, fucking hell, of course we lose our bonus, because that stupid bubble. Well, there's a fair I could get later. I guess I'll do that. Is the stream cutting out for anyone else? Let me see. Well, I don't see any drop frames, which usually is a sign that it's on the individual's internet in question. Ooh. You know what? We might be able to get this 2001 after all. Let me see. I'll dick around with these guys for a little bit longer. Yeah, unfortunately it's probably your internet, Elizabeth. It's actually working well for me today. My internet, at least. It's funny, because I know a lot of people hate Dragon Ball GT. But I mean, I didn't think like the quality of the series was any particularly worse than like the average of Z. Or like the original Dragon Ball. It seemed pretty similar to me, anyway. But yeah, I guess they never really liked it, and then it wasn't really official anyway, so now they're writing Super, or whatever it is. The same people that hate GT Trunks. Let me think. Alright, that was a little weird, right? Because they, I'm trying to think, when was GT supposed to be set? It was like set in the future. So like Trunks was actually an adult in that one. And I guess people didn't like that? I don't know. Like I said, when I saw it, I just thought it was pretty consistent with like the rest of the Dragon Ball universe. But I know there's like people that just absolutely hate it for whatever reason. Which DBZ do I prefer? I mean, I guess just mean Dragon Ball in general. But, I don't know. I mean, to me, it all seems like part of the same story. Like, Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z to GT. I don't know. It didn't seem like one was particularly different from the other. Unless you mean like individual story arcs. In which case, if I had to do like an individual one from any of the series, I guess it'd probably be the Cell Saga, right? That's like the best one, really. The Cell Saga was like where everything was going on. And I guess the Frieza one too. Frieza was pretty good. You like the Boo Saga? The Boo one wasn't really my favorite, and I think the reason why is because like, the Boo villain just got like so ridiculous to me anyway. And I don't even know. I'm not gonna like argue specific points because it's been so long since I've seen it. I don't even remember like the facts about it. But like you had Boo, and then it was like, oh no, but he's really like this guy, and then it's like, oh no, and he's actually this guy, and it's like Kid Boo, and then I don't know, for me it was just hard to follow. Yeah, and to be fair, also with the Frieza saga, I mean like the end of it is where it got good. Like where you actually had the fight, basically. There was so much lead up to it, it was like a bit, well, like a lot of Dragon Ball, it was a bit overly drawn out. But like I like the whole arc towards the end, you know, with Vegeta coming around and fighting back against Frieza. I like that part. Which saga had the feature where they were turning evil for some reason, for no reason? Maybe, is that Super? I don't know. That doesn't sound familiar to me. I remember there's one part which was kind of cool. I think that was actually a GT saga, where like everyone was coming back from hell, and like there's like Nappa and everyone, and Frieza, and they were all back fighting against the heroes. I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, so that saga wasn't Super, I guess. Okay. Which does make sense as to why I didn't know anything about it. That is a good question. Do the newest episodes still take 3 episodes for like a character to charge up and get ready for his attack? I think they were actually trying to cut down on that, but now that's they're because the new series Dragon Ball Super, that's actually based off of a new series. I don't know if it's fully written or not. So are they still drawing it out? I actually don't know. No, it just sucks in general. They fight, but the fights are pretty boring. Ah, that's a shame. But it kind of makes sense. I mean, the series is so old at this point. And, you know, they brought it back because nostalgia reasons. I think probably because there's like a resurgence in interest because everyone could just watch it online now. So there's a lot of people that are able to get into it that way. So they decided to kind of revive the series, I suppose. But it's definitely like, the concept itself isn't something that really could be done. There's not too many directions where you could take it, is what I'm trying to say. They already kind of done everything they wanted to do with it. It's like, oh, we have a new enemy. You have to get even stronger. And they were trying to, like, kind of move it away from Goku back during the Cell Saga to make it more about Gohan, but then they kind of took that back with the Buu saga, which I thought was kind of weird. Because the whole point of the Cell saga was to kind of like build up Gohan's character, but then they were just like, ah, never mind. Forget that. My Hero... What was that? Hold on. My Hero Academia? Academia? That is another thing. Well, I have to say, I don't really know about anime in general or manga. Out of those series, I've never really had much of an interest in it. Akira wanted Gohan to be the new protagonist, but Toho said, fuck that. Really? That's weird. So they just completely like overruled his like story? That's pretty fucked up. Yeah, honestly, I don't really understand why people get so obsessed about Goku. He's not a very interesting protagonist. He's like overpowered and can do whatever he wants, and his character's just kind of stupid and oblivious. Which, to me, that just makes him a bit unlikable. I always like the, like surrounding characters more, like Piccolo or Vegeta or even Gohan like that. There we go, finally. Now I can get myself killed, not have to worry about losing experience. Actually, I should probably grab the thing while I'm here, too. The thing, I'm so specific. I mean the, whatchamacallit? The free level up. Trying to think, how much... Now we're gonna fight like 2... Yeah, I could get this one at least. I'm gonna do that. Because I have to fight like... Maybe I should get this one bubble though. I'm trying to think of how this will work. It's over 9,000, yes, the quintessential meme. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. Well, I guess it was from Toho, apparently. To make Gohan weaker. I'll have no magic, yes. Forgot about that. No magics and no skill. That we're not gonna bother with. You have to get 150. Yeah. Well, this will work. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. We're just gonna quote like the oldest memes we can think of now. All your base are belong to us. Oh my god. That is so ancient. What is older? What the hell was it? The badger. Mushrooms. Oh my god. They're giving me like all this stuff now. Try to make me feel bad about going to get the level up. And now we'll get a ton of experience points, which is why I was doing that. I'm probably still gonna just focus on attack power for now, though. I like how Metal Gear 1 Snake doesn't know shit. Yeah, it's kind of like the classic storytelling device where you make your protagonist really dumb so that everything can be explained to the audience. But it's just funny. Because like Snake has he's like hard of hearing. Whenever someone says something, he has to question it. Oh yeah, they have nanomachines. Nanomachines? Oh yeah, it's all a part of the nuclear disarmament plan. Nuclear disarmament? But then again... Oh, I didn't mean to go there. Oh, no. When they did Metal Gear Solid 2, you know, Raiden was like the new dumb person for that. So, there always has to be someone. It's kind of a bit unavoidable. Oh, whatever. This doesn't actually matter too much because we're just gonna go to the town heal anyway. Nuclear? Wait, let's stop and take this one part at a time. First of all, what's nuclear? And also, what's a plan? And how do you spell that? Quick visit to her, and let's finally do that cave. See if we get past it. Or if we get a game over instead, which will probably happen. I guess I don't really know too much about these guys, but they're supposed to be Octoroks, I guess, because they're throwing rocks at you, and that's what they typically do. But it's weird they're in a cave. It's like not really where you expect them to be set up in. What's Sonic? Yes. Who is Sonic the Hedgehog? I'm playing Ultra Sun trying to... Oh, that's a Pokemon game. I was like, what's Ultra Sun? SOS mode. Be ready for about 50 turns per battle? Huh. I don't know what SOS mode is, but I never played those Pokemon games, so I don't know. It's probably like hard mode, I guess. Ultra Sun. SOS mode. Is that the S3 plan? Did you say nerd? Well, that's right. I should not be doing trying to do a snake voice for him, I guess. Alright, now I'll probably beat this guy with no trouble. Yeah, he didn't even hit us this time, of course. Just rub salt in the wound. Actually, salt in the wound would have been if we didn't have magic to jump over there. If we couldn't cast a spell. Now, actually, if you go in that one place that has the forest, the green, you can get an extra life, but I don't want to get extra lives because, oh, they don't respawn when you get a game over. So that means they're pretty much wasted. I'm saving them all for the end of the game, when they'll be the most useful to me. Oh, yay, more of these guys. Oh, actually, I kind of prefer this. Should we save up for the 5,000? Ooh. I'm not sure. Oh, that was close. The thing was chasing us down. Now, like a lot of the other games, there's some vague stuff that you have to figure out. Like, there's someone in this forest. I don't know their exact location. Oh, but it's over there. Alright, good enough. Bagu is my name-o. Show my note to Riverman. The dialogue is so weird in this game. It's just so bizarre. Sleep? What, are you saying you're getting sleepy, Maddie? Is that your way of communicating to us in snake language? Oh no. There goes all my experience I saved up. So much for that. Should have just used it. Well, even if we get a game over, we only lost 90 experience. Yeah, you hear that, guys? It kind of sounds like a, I don't know, a chicken to me. It's weird, but that's what I always imagine. Alright, Demon Shan, it's probably a good time for you to leave after the game over anyway. Should I push it? I'm gonna do another 30 minutes, I guess. See if I can get any more progress while I'm sucking at this game. Let's try to make a shortcut. Yeah, there we go. Didn't get harassed by any enemies. Another thing that's funny about this game is it has its own kind of unique soundtrack to it. Some of the music is very different that you hear in the other Zelda games. And what I always thought was funny is that they brought some of the music back when they were making Super Smash Bros. Melee for some of the scenes. They used some of the classic music from this game for whatever reason. And one of the levels that they had was... Oh, I should probably use the shield. Yeah, I guess it was a good call. Okay. Yeah, to be honest at this point, I don't have any interest in the Pokemon series, so... I know very little about any of the games that come after the first two or so. It's about the extent of my knowledge of Pokemon. So we take out this guy. There we go. That might be really useful, because I think we might need more magic to cast the spell. Whoa. Freaking devil. Yeah, I guess we'll do the magic one. And now we don't have to worry about using up too much magic. Still want that Legend of Zelda game where Link goes to a more modern future. Was that ever discussed? A Zelda game where it's more modern? I don't remember talking about that. I mean, in a way, they've kind of done that with some of the Zelda games. Like, Breath of the Wild has a lot of stuff that's based on like modern technology. Like, Link pretty much has an iPad, which to me doesn't really make any sense as to why he has these things, but it's what they've done for whatever reason. Just for making a point, I hate the Yiga Clan hideout. Yeah, that was really weird. Oh, I want to get the fairy. Come here. There we go. Thank you, fairy. So kind of you. Oh, was one of the plans they had originally for the game? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, you know what? I probably have to talk to the guy again. Wait, do I have the note? I don't know if you have the note or not to get over. I might have to go back to the other guy, but I'm just going to keep going across, because I think we could get something to town anyway. Yeah, the Yiga Clan was kind of weird. Like, I thought that was going to have more of a point in the game, but they really didn't. They were just there for, like, that one scene, really. Well, I guess we'll find out the hard way, whether or not we have the note. Slap this lady. Sorry, I know nothing. Are you the lady that heals me? Oh, she lost her mirror. Ah, no, that's something we could actually find in this town, I think, if we look carefully enough. Well, what do you know? I found a mirror. Huh, funny. Now, if you guys have already picked up on the pattern, that means we get to learn another spell. And I believe this one is actually something that's quite useful, so that's definitely something I want to pick up while I'm here. I really like the Yiga Clan when they introduced them, because it introduced like a new human component to the game that was acting as your rivals. Which they're at most of Breath of the Wild. Like, you have Ganon, obviously, who's your main antagonist, but the only place he's really manifested in is in Hyrule Castle. I don't really see any like of his human agents, so I really thought the whole Yiga Clan was pretty cool. But then they didn't really do too much with it. They just had that like one quest in like the desert where you have to infiltrate their hideout. I was kind of disappointed they didn't have more than that. Oh, we already got the thing here. And yeah, you do run into them wildly. Well, I guess that applies to you. You run into them randomly, and they do attack you, but it's pretty much just like a one-time thing. Well, not a one-time thing, but it just happens and it's over. Like, there's nothing more to it. There we go. Now we can restore health. Yeah, I don't mind the Yiga Clan either. I just wish they had more of them in the game. Like, there was more plot and adventures involving them that you had to do. Oh, I already got my health. No worries. No woman, no cry. People theorize that the Yiga Clan helped set up the whole Ganon taking over thing. Well, I assumed that's what it was, because they do mention they were like his disciples or his followers. Okay, so we did have the note. That's good. Well, yeah, that much is pretty obvious that they saw how popular Skyrim was, which happened to come out at the same time as, what was it? Skyward Sword. So I'm sure they took notes of that when they were making Breath of the Wild, and that was a factor when they were making the game. Oh, do I want to do this already? This is gonna be, oh, this is a pain. This is Death Mountain, and it's ridiculously hard to get through. But we'll see how well I can do. It's probably gonna be a nightmare for me, if I'm being honest. Oh, no, no, no. No! Should've just hit him, I would've been fine. Wouldn't even take any damage if that was good enough. Well, Obviously, I'm not good enough. Looks more like Dumb Mountain. It is pretty dumb in this game because it's a maze. It's a maze that's just really annoying to get through. But yeah, Breath of the Wild has a lot of Skyrim influence and, you know, Elder Scrolls in general. Or open world games in general. Which, again, it's not a bad thing in itself, it's just that I wish it had more of the classic Zelda influences. When I was talking about Breath of the Wild before, and I guess I'm getting to it again, because I'm not sure what else to say at this point. Another issue that I have with the game, of course, is the fact that it didn't really have the dungeons that are in typical Zelda games. That was very lacking to me. I didn't really like the, whatever you call them, the shrines. It wasn't really like a good replacement for the dungeons, in my opinion. Sure, we'll get more life. I was gonna try to hold off on getting these level ups until later, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine, I'm sure. Problem is, we're not really near a dungeon right now, so it's not gonna be particularly useful to hold off on getting that just now, anyway. So you may notice we have like a bunch of directions we can go. And unfortunately at this point I don't really know the exact way, so it's gonna be trial and error. Because I'm too lazy to look. Oh wow, this is gonna be a pain. Oh jeez. I really hate these parts of the game the most. These stupid bridges of the fish jumping across. It's probably not the right way because I think we're getting too far to the right. I think we have to go to the left. Oh, I need to get up there, but I can't. Do I have enough magic for it? No, we don't. We might be screwed here. Oh, and he's here too. Yeah, going through Death Mountain, and I'm probably gonna die. He won't let me jump past him. Let's do this. It's the best shot we have right now, is just respawning him. Oh, wait a second. Now we can jump. Actually, I had a bit of good luck for once. Ah, face the right way. Oh, that was awful. Well, at least now we can cast shield. That'll help us out a little bit. Really? These guys will always jump in the most inconvenient patterns. I don't think I can block that, which is why I'm jumping. Let me see something. Did that other thing come back? No, it did not. Okay. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to complete Death Mountain, though. It's probably going to be the death of me. But I would like to figure out what I'm supposed to do, at least. That way I know where I'm heading the second time through. There actually might be, like, secret ways you could go, too, that I'm not aware of. Oh, no. At least I think I was able to get the shield off in time to reduce the damage, at least. Stupid bats. It's like the death of 1,000 cuts. Every little bit counts against you, unfortunately. Alright, just run through this part. It's not going to be good for me either way. How are we? Oh, it doesn't show there. We have one more life. No, it's 2, I think, right? Because 0 also counts. It's gonna jump up. Are you kidding me? Another one of these guys? Some more magic, so I'm probably gonna take a hit here. Can I hit him from? No. There we go. Oh no. No. Whoa, the game's glitching out. See the text at the top there? Magic or life? I might save up for life, actually. Yeah, because if I save up for life, then it gives me more life later. So I'm low on health, that'll help out a lot. Assumes I make it to 500. Was that 400? I didn't see the number. Actually, is this... We might be heading the right way after all. Well, I should hold my breath. Okay, we did get it. Yeah, I may as well. I don't know if we're gonna make it all the way to 5,000. Probably not. Yeah, and this doesn't affect them. Whoa. Surprisingly, we're not doing completely awful here. Oh my god, we got out. So... I forget if you want to fall down or not. No, you have to fall down, because that's the only way to go. Because you can't destroy the rock yet. Is there a video game where the slime monsters aren't cute? You'd have to tell me, because I haven't found one yet either. Oh no. Alright. Load up on shield. Oh my god. Just kill it, please. Thank you. But yeah, the slimes are pretty much cute in every game. No. Stupid thing. Oh crap, there's two of them? We might barely pull this off. I don't really think much of the Five Nights at Freddy games. I never played them. Probably because I'm... Oh no, I'm not really, like, of the age to play them. Those are more like kids' games. Oh no, not now. Not when we're so close. I should get this now before we have to restart, because it's a good chance we might get a game over here. A fairly good chance, anyway. Oh, I don't know what way to go. It's a split in the path. Wow, I'm surprised I didn't walk right into that thing, so it looked like I was going to. I can be so clumsy at this game. Now, these didn't respawn, did they? Alright, no. So, it must be down here. We're really close to the item we have to get here. I got very lucky. And, oh no. Maybe not anymore. Let me look to the left. I can restore some of my health. No, it's not that way, is it? Oh, no, 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 no. Get out of here. There's one either way. It's perfect for me. Definitely give myself some life. Can I do shield? Oh, no, we're... The slimes actually respawn, so I might want to see if I could fight one and get some... shield from it. Or not shield, from magic. At least I'm pretty sure the slimes respawn. Oh, these guys respawn too, though. Alright, well, crap. We just have to not die. Are there any in here? Were these slimes in here? No, they weren't. Or if they were, they actually didn't respawn for once. Alright, well, yeah, no choice but to suck it up and try to get good, I guess. More honestly, I'm gonna get wrecked, probably. Oh, crap. Fuck. I should just ran past him when I had the invincibility frame. Oh, we had one more life. Okay. I was not sure. Yeah, it shows 0. So 0 is when you're out. Sometimes they spam them, like they have infinite amounts. They just keep on throwing them endlessly. I think I could do this. Actually, this will stay, I believe. Hold on. Yeah, follow me a little bit. There we go. And then I should be able to... Yeah. There we go. Pulled it off rather nicely. Oh no, you gotta be kidding me. This is how we're gonna die right here. Something's gonna hit us and we're gonna fall to our deaths. I'm calling it now. I say we, but it's me that's gonna suffer. There's a little bit of lag and almost screwed me up to falling to my death. Platforming, yes, that's exactly what we need with no lives left. There's gonna be a guy here, I bet. Yep. Had to take that hit. There we go. There we go. We're... Oh, that's so nice. Alright, now I don't care if we get a game over. Well, I will care because it's still a loss of 300 experience, but we got the hammer, we save it. We have it no matter what at this point. So, I could fall to some stupid platforming error and I'm good. Now we have the hammer, it's actually an item we can use to open up new pathways in the overworld. So, yeah, it's a required item for pretty much getting any further in the game. And it may be hard to believe, but this is actually probably one of the harder parts of the game, so I'm surprised I was able to get through here with very little trouble. But, like, the other parts did give me trouble. Oh, I should have been patient. That's all this is. Oh. Do more life, I guess. It's all good, though. You thought it was a mushroom? No, not quite. If it was a mushroom, then yeah, that would have been pretty pointless. Because mushrooms do nothing in this game. In fact, they never programmed any. At least I'm pretty sure they never did. Oh, we traded hits. So now that we got that, we just have to get out of this place. I don't think there's anything else for us in death. Oh no, wait, there might be. There's a rock here, and I'm pretty sure there's something underneath it. Oh yeah, more magic. Well, it's a good thing I got that. Let's jump on out of here. Let me think for a second. Where do I want to go? Because we could just leave, but I think there might also be something we have to get. Let me look around. Oh. I'll let myself get surrounded. But yeah, the hammer we had to use to open up that... Oh, what is this place? Oh, I don't think I want to come here, actually. I'll try it, though. No. Well, there we go. The one good thing about that is now we don't have to go through Death Mountain again to get back. The bad news is we did... Oh, I went to the wrong save. Crap. How do I exit the game? I can just reset like this. There we go. Alright, let's try that again. I'm gonna sign up because I'm very... You know what? Actually, I should probably sign up too. I forgot what time it was. So I should probably leave off there because, yeah, we at least got the hammer out of Death Mountain. That's a pretty good ending point because it's almost 12. I lost track of time. And I did want to end it before 12. I only said like another half hour, so. So now we completed Death Mountain, which is like actually the hardest part, and we were able to do that without any trouble, somehow. We have to go to Palace 2, and Palace 2 is back around that last town we were in. Yeah, the swamp. So that's where we'll be heading next time, whenever I play this game again. Thanks for stopping by and watching, everyone. If you want, I have the Discord linked in the description. If you've not yet joined it, be sure to check it out. And I'll do another one of these probably tomorrow at some point. Anyway, until then, have a good night, everyone.